So now it's on all of our platforms.
Hi guys, so we're back again. Take 2. Emerge Detour Essentials Live Season 2 finale. Take 2. So apparently, guys, YouTube is down worldwide. So we're encouraging you to join us on our Facebook page. We're going to put that up on the screen again for those of you that are just joining us for the second time. So you can join us on our Facebook page where it seems to be streaming quite fine. Let us know in the chat if you can see and hear us. This has never happened before, but I think this means we're going to have a fantastic show to close out our season finale. Good thing we have Wine Lady Deborah coming up to share some awesome wine tips for us later. I think we'll need it tonight to close out the show.
Now we say amen.
Amen. Yes, I mean, we were just talking about the fact that we've done 26 episodes and this has never happened. Did we crash YouTube?
That's just like YouTube.
Because
thank you for being patient with us and for joining us or rejoining us again.
Yes.
That is too funny. So we'll give everybody a chance to come back on. But that's the world that we live in right now, technology, and it shows how dependent we are on the platforms that we use. Yes. That's why it's always good to have more than one platform. So thank God. So I think this is the first time our Facebook page will see so many people on live because everybody streams through YouTube all the time. So welcome to our Emerge Facebook page. Follow us on this platform too.
All right. So
it's Feel Good Wednesday. Yeah. And sometimes you plan a feel good day or you plan a particular day and it doesn't go exactly according to plan. Yeah. So because there's a little glitch, does it mean that we're not going to feel good this Wednesday?
No way.
It means we're going to feel real good this Wednesday. We're going to feel real good this Wednesday.
And we're going to feel real good when the show is finished too.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we did it.
We got through this.
We sure did. Did you see? I hope somebody caught a picture of us, the panic. You know that panic that they're in headlights? And you hear that YouTube is down, and you're like,
what's happening?
What are we gonna do?
It just means that we're going to have an extra special show tonight.
Yes.
So guys, welcome again to the season finale of Emerge. Season 2 finale of Emerge Detour Essentials Live. Wow, what a journey it has been.
Yes. And there's nothing like live because live is live. There's no retake and there is a platform that will and can potentially go down. I mean, we've had internet glitches, we've had people freeze, we've had people disappear. We've had Veda barking in the background. It's been what an exciting season.
Yeah. And we've had some really, really great speakers. And so this week, what we did was we took some time, Nai in particular, to really go back through all of our episodes and come up with an excellent recap for you guys.
But before we reintroduce you to our previous speakers, let us reintroduce ourselves to those that are joining us for the first time on our platform, especially on our Facebook platform. So guys, we are the Emerge Trio. My name is Naomi Garrick, and I'm also known as the PR Chick. I'm a personal branding coach and PR consultant, and I help individuals, brands, and corporate executives to get clarity on who they are, understand their unique value, so that they can communicate that to their ideal audience, whether on or offline.
Wow. And I am Kathy Goodall. I am a connector of brands, businesses, and people, and I am extremely excited to be here with you guys tonight. Welcome.
Hi.
Rochelle, I cannot.
My name is Rochelle Cameron. hear that laugh? It sounds very dunce. Anyway, my name is Cameron. I'm an attorney at law and CEO of President Consulting Services Limited, a boutique consulting firm that offers impactful legal, communications, and human resource guidance, advice, and execution of strategies.
Very nice, Rochelle. Okay.
No, what happened? I'm working on my laugh. I heard a recording of my laugh, and I was like, "Your laugh don't sound sensible."
But you have so many of them, Rochelle.
That's what. But I'm wondering if I've just been using the not sensible one so much to become
second nature. It's the one that comes naturally.
Oh my goodness! So now you've been hard at work in LA. Do you have an LA accent? Are you like a valley girl?
You know, well, actually, like we actually live in the valley, but no, I don't have that accent today.
Are you dead?
But we do. But the funny thing is that we do live in the valley. But no, I haven't been here long enough to actually pick up that accent.
Yes.
Still Jamaican.
Still Jamaican?
Like Jamaican. Anyway, guys, so as we mentioned, this is the season finale for season 2 of Emerge Detour Essentials Live. And so we had some amazing guests over the last 12 weeks. If you missed any of those episodes, now is a great time to do your own recap, rewatch everything, go back to season 1 and watch those episodes too. So I'm going to do just a quick recap of some of the amazing guests that we had and some of their takeaways. So we started off the season with Ryan Reed. Yeah. And what he left with us was the importance of mentorship to be your guiding hand. And one of the tips he gave us is that he has drinks, and it doesn't have to be drinks. It could be lunch, it could be dinner, but he has a drink twice, or coffee, or wine. Or spotted. But he meets up with twice a week with older mentors just to learn more from them. So that is like a set activity in his calendar every single week, twice a week, to meet with different groups of individuals that he can continue to learn and grow from. So we thought Ryan had so many amazing takeaways. It was our first episode in the season and we all left with a lot of notes. So that is definitely an episode that you want to watch and walk with your notepad. We actually have some amazing Emerge journals that maybe you might win one tonight. Our second guest was Kalila Reynolds. Now, Kalila Reynolds is the leading business journalist right now in Jamaica, and I dare say the Caribbean. And she came on our platform to share her journey with us, transitioning from Belize to Jamaica and her journey through the media industry. But what's really amazing is a couple weeks ago, Kalila decided to take a step out into entrepreneurship. She has left Nationwide News. She has started her own online business media company. And she has launched her website. It's KalilaReynolds.com, and you can go on that website. All of her shows are there, including Taking Stock, Money Moves. She has all these amazing shows, contents. So we learned a lot from her. And one of her things was in our Best Advice segment, the takeaway was pay your taxes when asked about best business advice, right? You don't want to get caught with that. Then we had the amazing Dream Team, and we had PJ Wright, we had Scott Dunn, and we had Kamal Banke from Dream Entertainment Jamaica. And they shared with us some breaking news about what's happening in the entertainment world, specifically for Dream Entertainment, but also they spoke about how they are able to work together. And some of the things that they shared with us was the importance of partnership, collaboration, and respect, and to be comfortable in your own personal ability. We had a lot of trios on Emerge this season. And so we go into the fabulous trio of Michelle, Angeli, and Melissa. And they kind of blew up the internet with their amazing photo shoot with Dwayne Watkins, who actually has an amazing special right now. You need to check him out on Instagram. So if you've always wanted to be shot by Dwayne
DW feed.
DWP'd, now's a great time. He's doing some really cool 20-minute shoots. You want to get on that. But what they wanted to share about, it was about perfectly imperfect. This is me. And they expressed the importance of self-love and self-acceptance in your 40s and beyond. So it was a very liberating and impactful episode. And we were all very inspired to be our best selves in our own photo shoots soon. Coming soon, Emerge photo shoot. Then we had Mr. Chris Williams. Now, we have always wanted to have Chris on our Emerge platform. The best way to get him on one of our shows. So we are really grateful to have him on, and he shared a lot about his journey, growing up and to where he is at this point. But one of the things that Chris wanted to stress with us, that to whom much is given, much is expected. And he reminded us about the importance of sponsoring the next generation and providing support for charities. That's very important to him, selling the elevator back down. And so his episode was very inspiring and very humbling. So it's a great episode. I mean, I'm going to say it's for every episode. Every episode is a great episode to watch. But Chris was really awesome. And then we went into this dynamic couple of Gordon and Kamisha Swaby. And they spoke to us about leadership qualities, parenting, personal and business brands, and so much more. And they also reminded us to always be open to learning. And then we had the dynamic Pastor Sarah. And Pastor Sarah, I mean, she spoke with us about living with an abundance mindset and to be generous in the place that you are envious. Sarah was another one that dropped just really great content. She kept it very, very real with us. And, again, we left with countless notes from her episode. And then Karen Rose, who was our first guest from the Caribbean, from Trinidad. He is a digipreneur. And what he left us with was a very powerful question. Are you Googleable? What's going to come up when someone Googles your name? So he really shared just the importance of showing up in these online spaces, whether you are an entrepreneur, an intrapreneur, or just as an individual. And he also gave us some really cool tips on how to really stand out online. And then we had a very special episode in October. It was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we highlighted 3 cancer thrivers. And so we had Tara, Stacy, and Naja. And they shared with us their cancer journeys and some of the things that they continue to do to this day to thrive. And so Tara's takeaway was no negative energy allowed. Naja said, do all the things you want to do. And Stacy said, you heal, you grow, and then you give back to others. And then we had Yendi. Yendi spoke about just her journey as an individual in the beauty industry, as an influencer, as a mother, as someone with just a love and passion for Christ. And she spoke about making your beauty be your spirit. And that was so important, especially because we're always looking on beauty as what's on the outside. And, she really stressed that it's really everything that's inside, and that will shine for us. Mm-hmm. The beauty is your spirit. And then guess what, guys? We took the hot seat. So on our 11th episode, it was actually the Emerge Trio. And we actually interviewed each other. So that was a really fun episode. It was almost 2 hours, right, guys?
Yep.
Probably our longest for the season. And so I'll give you some of our takeaways. So Roshi said, love what you love without apology. I said, put your trust in God's timing. And Catherine said, love yourself by creating boundaries. And then we had our second to last episode last week with Dahlia Harris. And I mean, Dahlia is so phenomenal and multi-dimensional and just talented, and she just said yes to everything.
Yeah.
And that was what, her thing was, life is for living. Say yes to the adventures. Yes, Aisha, you need to binge watch. Love that. So that was our recap for season 2 of Emerge Detour Essentials. If you're just joining us, this is the season finale for season 2, which means we're coming back with the season 3. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later, but we just wanted to do a quick recap to show you what you've missed for those who missed us. And also just to remind those of you, some of the amazing guests we've had on this season, and we had some amazing guests on season 1 as well. So now's a great time to, do a little binge watching and catch up on Emerge Detour Essentials live.
So guys, we know that we're taking a break now and we are coming back on January 5th. However, you know that we can't just leave you so, right? Especially during the Christmas season. And we know that everybody's preparing for 2021. So we are going to be having a workshop in December, of course, because we need to plan for 2021. We need to do a quick analysis of what happened in 2020, and we need to make sure that we are ready to take on 2021 in the best way possible, right? So we need to be equipped. So we are going to be finishing strong, closing out 2020, and equipping you guys for 2021. So we're going to be looking at those CVs, what we need to do to enhance it, any changes that need to be made, setting our plans to maneuver the way through 2021. So follow us on all of our platforms, Facebook, Instagram. Of course, if you're on our mailing list, you'll get our emails with all the updates and information for the workshop so that you can register. And of course, it's going to be workshop style. So come prepared. Remember, our workshops are to work. So you come in ready to actually put in the work. You're not coming to listen to us talk, right? And guess what? We have giveaways tonight, but we have rules. So I'm going to lay the ground rules for the giveaways, okay? So first thing is that you're going to answer the questions in the chat. The first person to give the correct answer is going to win the prize, okay? We want you to send your email to our email address, readytoemergenow@gmail.com, or you can send email address in the chat so that we can contact you with your name if your name is not what it actually is on your display, so that we can contact you to give you your prizes. So I think we should give away a prize now, right?
I think we should too.
Yeah, let's test it and see if you guys are paying attention. So this is a 2-part question. First part to the question is, how many episodes did we have in season 2, excluding this episode?
I'm not saying I'm not doing it.
We said it like 100 times already tonight. No takers?
I'm saying.
Wow, Gabby. I mean, you have a lot to. Oh, look, Terry. Okay, that's a 2-part question. So Terry, 12, right. Second part to the question is, name 3 guests, excluding tonight's, that we had on Detour Essentials. So Kerry, let's see if you can get the answer to part 2. 3 guests that we had on season 2.
So you need to have part 1 and part 2.
Hi, Shani. Hi, Jams. Kerry. 3 guests.
It's so funny. It's like, it looks like no one's responding and then all the answers come one time.
Christopher Williams, Pastor Sarah, Scott Dunn.
But wait, did Tamika answer before? Tamika, let me see if you answered before.
Well, let's see, because Kerry was the first. Well,
Tamika got that first part of the answer wrong.
Who?
Yeah, but you never did say at the beginning it was a first part.
Yes, she did.
Yes,
she did a 2-part.
But you'd have to say the 2-part one time.
Okay, so there you go. Kerry is our winner. Yendi, Delia, and Pastor Sarah. I did. But guess what? Tamika answered the second part right, but the first part was wrong, so she couldn't get it anyway.
That's correct. That is correct. Thank you. Correct.
Something. Having dealt with the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission in my past lives, I would just say this may be an opportunity for us to give away 2 prizes. I would give away 2 prize. And since we have 2 prize, we could give away 2 prize.
No problem.
All
So who are
right.
the 2 prizes?
Huh?
So
So we
who's
have
the
to be Carrie and Tamika.
Yeah, Carrie and Tamika. Tamika is Bell? Tinkerbell? T-Bell?
Well, okay. So first of all, I am saying Tamika just because I know a Tamika Bell, but you're 100% right. I don't even know if it's her.
First of all, but Tamika got it wrong because
She
the
got
answer
the
is
second part
12.
right. Though.
Yeah, but she would have to get both parts right.
It is Tamika. Hi, Tams.
Yeah, so we're
So
going
the
to give
sec-
2 prizes. It wasn't clear, even to me, that it was 2.
Correct.
Okay,
But
so we are
but
giving 2 prizes.
whoever is
Nine?
holding the 2 prizes must have gotten the 2 answers correct.
No, so we're giving Carrie 1 prize and we're giving Tamika another prize.
Okay, I got you.
Yes. Yay!
Ricky.
Nice. Since you're in LA, you're kind of slow.
Yes, Cindy, don't it?
What? Guys, I'm just saying we have to be fair and we have to be clear. That's all.
So, Rashi, are we ready to bring on our first guest?
Well, since we have to be fair and clear, let me tell you, our first guest is a lady who she is in the business of making people feel good. So she is in the business of making you fix up and feel good. And when you see her on screen and see the beauty of her own skin, you are going to left your yard from early tomorrow morning, go fix up too. So 35 years ago, under the pioneering efforts of the late Mrs. Elima Hall, OD, the Face Place Salon was born. 35 years ago. 13 years later, in 1989, Mrs. Elima Hall, one of the founding board members of the Hart School of Cosmetology, launched the Face Place Institute of Aesthetics in Kingston, Jamaica. The objective of the institute was to enhance skills development of employees of the Face Place Salon and other individuals while within Kingston, Jamaica in the beauty industry. Marie Hall Smith, some of us know her as Sima. Big up, Sima! Having worked under the tutelage of her legendary mother since 1997, took over the reins of the enterprise of both the salon, spa, and training institute in 2006 when her mother passed on. Determined to expand her mother's and her own vision of providing quality training to meet the demands of the skincare industry and to contribute to the development of individuals and nationhood. And having contributed greatly to Rochelle Cameron's own development and keeping her skin looking good, we would like to welcome the one and only Marie Hall Smith, aka Sima. Welcome, Sima.
Hi, Emma.
How are you? I am so honored to be here with you 3 beautiful, dynamic women. I mean, the episodes before have just been amazing, and I really am so grateful to be here with the 3 of you tonight.
Thank
We're
you.
so happy to have you.
We are so excited that you said yes.
Awesome.
So I guess because I am the one that fixes up the least of the 3 of us,
They chose.
I get to interview you.
Okay, fantastic.
So we are really excited because, of course, a big part of us feeling good is also looking good, and looking good in our skin, our hair, everything. And it's coming up to Christmas, so we know that everybody tries to put their best foot forward at Christmas. Even if we're not going anywhere, we need to feel like we need to, embrace the Christmas spirit and the festivity of Christmas. So we're going to talk about fixing up ourselves, right? So let me start by asking you, what has driven you to not only stay in business, but really to grow and develop the business to this level?
Okay, I'm not sure you're breaking up a little bit, but you were saying what has what? Can you just repeat the question? It was
What has pushed you to not only stay in the business, but has allowed you to grow to this level?
Okay, what has allowed me to grow and the team that we have to grow and stay, in the business is relevancy. And I always say, you always have to pivot, you always have to adapt. I mean, especially in the times we're in now. I mean, it's just phenomenal how, living with COVID, because I have to say now, living with COVID, because that's what we're doing, has really affected so many businesses, so many industries in so many ways. And in the beauty business, what we have done and how we've pivoted is just continuing to retain the trust of our clients, treat everyone with universal precaution, communicate very well with our clients through different mediums, and also just remain relevant. And relevancy doesn't just mean in the treatments, it just means in our protocols, our reactiveness, our proactiveness. And I mean, that has really helped us a lot. And I mean, across all industries, you'll find that once you pivot and once you really adopt and adapt to the changes, you know, you can remain, you know, with some viability.
Absolutely. So your skin is flawless.
Thank you.
Right? So I mean, I appreciate that we all have different skin types, right? Does our skin change as we age? So is our skin the same from when we're 20, 30, 40? And how do we treat our skin differently at those stages?
Okay, one thing what always remains the same is from the day we are born, from the day we were conceived, our DNA and our genetics was given to us, right? So we were given a skin type, and we were born with that skin type, and until the day we die, we're going to die with that skin type. But what happens is, as we mature, all the cells and all our organs, and skin is an organ, it's actually the largest organ of the body, it matures as well. So the skin's metabolism changes, and as we mature, so does the composition, the structure, and everything of our skin. So what we want to do is always try to maintain ageless beauty. You see Rochelle patting her head? We always want to maintain an ageless beauty image, right? Because aging is inevitable. It's God's will, you know, it's inevitable. But we just have to try and always maintain an ageless beauty image. And in doing so, what we do is just take ownership of our skincare. So we take ownership of our regimen. We take ownership of the skin that we're in, because it's the one that we're going to stay in forever. And we manage the health of our skin, just like the health of our body, the health of our hair, the health of our just entire being. So we do, you know, see changes in our skin over the decades, because as we mature, you know, from 20 to 30, 40 and up, we will see changes in those decades.
Yeah. Wow. So as we mentioned before, everybody notices that your skin is flawless, right? So can you tell us what your skincare regime is?
Okay, my skincare regimen, like a lot of people and like most people, should change, because what happens is once we're using the same things over and over again, our skin begins to build up some resiliency. So we have to trick it. So what I always do is I always trick my skin into thinking, okay, you're comfortable with this? Well, guess what? I went draw gear upon you and change up things. And I do that. And then I get this shock factor. But I do that with knowing my skin type. So I don't do things that are just, you know, from left field. So my skin is normal, thank goodness. But what I do is take good care of my normal skin, because if we over clean our skin, if we over treat our skin, we can cause problems and create conditions that just don't necessarily need to be there. So the most important thing is to know your skin type and just really take good care of it by adopting the 5 simple steps. And it seems like a lot, but sometimes these steps are merged into one. So that's cleansing, toning, treating.
Wait, Simo, start again. I have to take my notes too.
Well, the 5 steps to any home care regimen. And I say home care now because now we're at home a lot. We're taking good care of ourselves because we're finding things to do. You know, we're cooking and stuff, but we can, you know, also play around with our home care regimen in terms of taking good care of our skin. So we want to cleanse our skin. We want to tone our skin. We want to treat our skin. We want to moisturize our skin. And we want to, most importantly, protect our skin. And when we say tone, we're not talking about skin tone and even tone, because, you know, in our society, we think tone in it's not about your body, it's about your complexion. No, it is not. Toning really is bringing the skin back to its correct balance, its correct pH balance. That's the balance of alkalinity and acidity, so that we allow the skin's barrier function to work as it should. So toning is a step that's often overlooked, but is one of the most important steps in taking good care of your skin.
So the toners are actually important because I always think, well, we need a toner. I say after me done wash my face good and clean. Me say, what am I tone for? What are this a toner? Me say, I'm not doing it here. So I should really be getting toner.
Yeah, you absolutely should, because let me tell you, the toner is what removes. That's the last water. You say you just wash your face and say after you wash your face. When you put on this other water in this bucket for, what you putting it on, right? Like seriously. But that's the water. That's the last water that should touch your face. And the analogy I often use is just think about your shower curtain liner or the tiles in your shower. You know, you take a daily bath every day, and what happens? Soap scum builds up on it, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And when you use a really good cleaning agent for soap scum, what happens? The tiles look new, the shower curtain liner look new, the glass in the shower, if you have glass, it looks bright and new. Well, what happens with our face, Miss Rochelle? Yes, I see your thanks about it. I see her just ease back in the chair. Like, what happens is when we tone our skin, we remove the residue of the soap scum. We remove the residue of the hard water. We remove all those chlorine and all those deposits that the water, has. So when we tone, we really kind of, set the slate for all the other things that we're going to do in terms of using a serum, if we need to treat something, if we're using a moisturizer, we set the tone and set the stage for it to really be absorbed properly into the skin.
Let me ask just a quick question, Simo. How do you spoke a lot about skin type and the fact that we're born with this skin type, right?
Yes.
How do you know what kind of skin type you have?
Okay, so easy. If you're born with oily skin, when you wake up in the morning, your face shine and look greasy, right? If your skin dry, when you wake up in the morning, it's gonna feel tight. You know it's dry. If your skin is normal, when you wake up in the morning, guess what? It neither look oily nor it look dry. It's just normal. And if you have combination skin, you're going to realize, boy, my nose shine, but my cheeks dry. Or my forehead shine and my nose dry. So the skin type that you have, you can determine that very easily because you know your skin better than anybody else. So skin type is one thing, not to be confused with skin conditions.
Right.
So you'll have a skin type and then you'll have a condition like acne, or you'll have a condition like or you have some type of dermatitis. Now that takes further investigation and so forth to find out. So you can't really know your condition. I mean, unless it's an obvious one like acne, but your skin type you definitely can know.
I'm gonna check when I wake up tomorrow morning.
Listen, are there natural toners that people can use? I see people that use like rose water a lot and stuff like that. I don't know, is that a toner?
Yeah, rose water is an excellent toner. It's an excellent toner.
I knew that.
Rose water, for example, if you have rose water can be used on all skin types. However, through technology, they have some amazing toners that have some amazing ingredients and some cosmeceutical products that can deliver further benefits to you. So it just depends, on your age, your skin type, your condition. So there are lots of different toners, but they're targeted and tailored and made towards your specific skin type or your skin type and a condition that may exist at the same time.
Okay. And guys, just FYI, the Face Place makes these products.
That was going to be my next question.
So you can book your consultation.
Yes, we manufacture our own product line. It's a private label line, and people often ask, is it made in Jamaica? I wish it was made in Jamaica, but it's not. It's just not made here yet because of the cosmeceutical ingredients that go into our products and the testing and so forth that goes into our products so that it's safe to use for everyone. The standard that we set for ourselves and for our customers is very high. So we want to deliver these amazing benefits. And also make sure that the product is bomb-proof. Not to say we don't have great products locally. We are getting there. And as soon as we get there, we will develop locally. We are getting there. But it's just that the cosmeceuticals and some of the ingredients that we have, they're not available here in Jamaica, so they'd have to be imported as raw materials. So even though, it may be a Jamaican product, it may be assembled on Jamaican soil, but not have all of Jamaican ingredients in there.
Yes. Yeah. Alicia is asking if Rich Hazel is also a toner.
If witch hazel is also a toner. It's one of the safest toners to use as well. So rose water and witch hazel are the two safest toners. I always say to people, good old Benjamin's or local Benjamin's toner, excellent. Or good old Benjamin's witch hazel, excellent. There are two types of Benjamin's. There's the one with alcohol, and that would be for your more oily or resilient skin. And then you have the one that does not have alcohol, so that's for your more normal, dry, sensitive skin.
So there are a lot of us that would love to go to the spa more often, but we don't get a chance to because we're busy. Well, now we use COVID as an excuse, right? What are some of the things that we can do at home to take care of ourselves?
Well, one of the things you can do on your own, and I always tell people, one of the things that we tend to do on our own, which we overdo. So I speak to what we overdo and what we don't do. We overdo cleaning and exfoliating our skin. We can make up all kinds of scrubs when we feel like we want to give ourselves a facial. We do scrub. And what we're doing is more damage to our epidermis, which is the outermost layer of our skin, more damage, more harm than good. So what we can do is really just keep it very basic, keep it very simple. And you can even use a simple white bar soap. If you're using a soap to clean your face, because there are many people who just use the soap that they bathe with, I would recommend instead of using a colored soap, like your Irish Spring or your Yellow Dial, use a white Ivory or something, or your white Castile. Jamaican Castile white soap, very good to wash your face. You want to use something that's white, has no perfumes, right? No perfumes, no dyes. So those are some of the things, simple things that we can do. If we want to take our skincare regimen up a notch, we have some excellent home care products that we're coming out with, some excellent kits for Christmas. So we have a collagen kit, we have a 24 karat gold kit. And what we've done is we've made this very, very, very affordable for everyone. So everyone can have the feeling of luxury and treat themselves good at home during these times, especially in the holidays. I mean, seriously, we can't wait. Look here, tonight was a big deal for me, I have not been up past 8 o'clock in a very long time. And my husband said to me, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going in front of my phone. I have a very serious appointment with 3 ladies." So we all want to feel good and we want to do things, to make ourselves feel good. So we can, really at home, there's some other simple, very recipes that we can do. I will tell you too, be careful of your natural products. A lot of people say, "Oh, I have an aloe tree in the back and let me just pick a piece of aloe and put it on my face." Aloe in an unbuffered state can be very damaging because it's a stable part of the aloe that can really burn your skin. So you have to just be very careful when you're using natural products. So it's better to stick to things that you can buy over the counter and that are safe. It's just important when you're buying things over the counter, make sure you know your skin type.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sima,
Camille Shields, everybody pear soap. And if we've seen Camille Shields' face, we feel like we must run by a pear soap tomorrow because her skin is rather velvety.
Well, pear soap is excellent too because pear soap is glycerin based. So we even have some great local glycerin based soaps. So yes, pear soap is excellent to use on the face. The thing with pear soap though is that you must moisturize your skin after using it because it can tend to dehydrate your skin a lot. So it's very important, especially as you mature. If you're past 30 and using pear soap, you really need to bump up your skincare regimen because what happens is that it will dehydrate your skin. And one of the ways and the easiest way to show premature signs of aging or maturity is dehydration in the skin. So you want to ensure that if you're using a pear soap, you use your toner and you definitely moisturize.
Yeah, so Sima, can you tell everybody where they can find you? Because everybody wants to know where you are, where they can find you, what's the name of your business.
And Simo,
we're so glad you popped in and found us.
Simo, welcome to the Glasses Club. I saw you post that today.
Oh, look here. I am so happy I can see you all. I can see. I'm telling you, when I went to the optician and ophthalmologist, she said to me, how did you get here? I said, I drove. She said, you drove here? I said, yes, I drove here. She says, no, but how do you really get around? I said, I get around fine. She says, if I was to put you in a foreign country and give you directions, I am telling you could not find your way. And I said, why? He said, because you cannot see. You got here because you know where you're going, but you cannot see. Wow. And I laughed to myself.
Wow.
Put those lenses in front of me. I talked about it for days. I said, I can see. Oh my gosh, I can see. I was walking around blind, just finding my way through. So yes, I am a part of your club. I have embraced it. I love it. I tried to get glasses that kind of didn't stand out because you have to get used to them.
Mine are here. I was trying to say show off, but I can't read the script now. So
Tanika wants to know, at what stage in your routine do you use face oil and on normal skin?
Okay, face oil would be used as a treatment. So you would use it after you cleanse and you tone. You would use it before your sun protection in the morning, and you would use it before your treatment cream at night. So in other words, you'd put on the oil and maybe you can put a little bit of moisture over it. But the facial oil, you have to be very careful. Make sure it's lightweight, non-comedogenic. There's some great facial oils like coconut oil, almond oil. Those are some really natural light oils that you can use on your skin. Coconut oil is amazing, gives your skin great luminosity when you wake up in the morning. So you just have to know when to use it. I always say it's best in our environment because we have a humid environment to use facial oils at night. That's when it's most it's more cooler, it's much cooler, and our skin is at rest. So we'll really get and absorb the benefits of it over a longer period of time than when we're up and about in the day.
I use coconut oil in the night as well. That's a part of my bedtime routine.
Lovely.
Yeah. Is serum the same as moisturizer?
You have velvety skin too, 9.
Sorry, what was that, Rochelle?
I noticed you throw in that you use coconut oil and you pause. Like, can someone comment on the effectiveness of it?
So Jillian is asking if serum and moisturizer are the same.
No, serum and moisturizer, but serums can be moisturizing and they are moisturizing, but they can also be used to treat different things. So it depends on what ingredients are in them. I say to most people, when you use a serum, it's always best to use a cream over it, a water-based lightweight cream over it, because you want to use an occlusive to lock in that serum. Ooh. So I always say to people, when you use a serum, it's not just a standalone, don't just use it alone. If you really want to get the benefits of it, use a moisturizing cream, water-based moisturizer over it as an occlusive to lock in the benefits of the serum.
Wow, you really don't know what you don't know, because I know I've used serum before and I just put it on and like, wow, my face is shiny, man. But I don't put anything on to lock it in.
Yeah. No, but I'm thinking, Sima, you are going to have to come back for season 3 because we're going to need a whole episode. I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing so well.
Yep. I think for season 3, guys, we should have our episode at the face place so we can demonstrate the respective.
I think so too.
I think so too.
Fantastic.
Sima, thank you. So please tell us, where can we find you?
Okay, we're at 3 Carvalho Drive. So that's off Hope Road. So we're the Face Place Limited, 3 Carvalho Drive.
And where can we find you online?
Online, we're the Face Place Institute. We have the we have an institute as well because we also do training. So there's faceplaceinstitute.com and the faceplaceja.com. So the faceplaceja.com has all our services, a brief descriptor, the prices of our services. We have packages on there. So, please check out our website, thefaceplaceja.com.
Yes. Wow, thank you, Sima. And remember, a gift certificate from the Face Place. When you give somebody that, the way they will love you after, they feel good for the whole of 2021. So these are really Christmas gifts. And Sima, as you have pointed out, you're actually putting together some Christmas packages of home care products. So please to visit the Face Place.
Thank you so much, guys. And
thank you so much, Sima.
I'm so honored to be invited with the 3 of you beautiful, dynamic women that are sharing so much. And I'm really, really very, very full of gratitude to have been here.
Thanks, Sima.
We'll see you soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
Wow.
So we already.
I wrote on my notes.
No, me too. And the toner thing, I was like, every time I try to send me toner, we don't need no toner.
Exactly.
Like an extra thing for you to spend your money.
Yeah, but when you tell me about soap scum, I'm like, my face must be scummy.
I get it.
I'm fucking scum. I'm scummy.
So I think we should do another giveaway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, first of all, we got a bonus giveaway during our intro. I haven't even figured out how we're going to give this one away, but one of our viewers who watches us every week with his wife, Gariel Ferguson from the Rib Cage, has offered to give away a $5,000 gift certificate for the Rib Cage. So we're going to figure out how we're going to give that one away. Maybe
No, so
we can
you need to
do it.
give it to somebody.
You have to stay to the end for that one.
You have to stay to the end. That's right.
So whoever gets this has to take me with them.
For the $5,000, Catherine?
Yeah.
No.
I had lunch. I won't tell you. I had lunch at Ribcage last week. I won't tell you what I ate.
Guys, and they have these amazing specials on a Tuesday. They have their waffle
pork
specials
belly is
on
ridiculous.
Sunday. With my son.
Their
loves
burgers, ridiculous.
ribs.
Their ribs.
No,
And then they have
and just to
Oh,
give you
yeah,
like a quick, I remember having Gariel and I see Jillian on, and they had done rib tips, and it was like a pork thing, just rib tips, and the most amazing goat cheese mac and cheese. And you know how I love a mac and cheese. So the thing with the Rib Cage is that there is always something extra going on. It's always just fantastic, and they love what they do without
Listen,
apology. They
No.
love it. You feel it.
I order. No, I order and pick up, because if I go there and Jilly is there or Gary is there, it's over, because I'm going to leave there fat. You go there to buy one meal and you end up eating 4 different
So
things.
see, Aisha spoke about the waffles, the Korean chicken and waffles.
Yes.
That, I feel like Oprah. Sima just gave us a gift certificate for a deep facial to give away.
You get a facial and you get a facial.
These are a few of my favorite things. Rib Cage, place, and we will have more.
Okay, guys, so we're gonna do another giveaway. So my question is: name a regional, means not born in Jamaica, guest that we've had on Detour Essentials, and I'm gonna give you a clue. We had 2.
Did we? Oh, yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
what
Yeah.
if they win?
Gabby's such a slow loser. The last time she was like, "This thing is too slow. You're not seeing our answers fast enough."
What's the price for that?
What's your Gabby says, "Can we get some businesses in Miami so she can get a prize too?"
And Kemoy is a winner.
Yay! Sharon Rose was from Trinidad. And ladies, who was our other regional guest?
You asking us or the audience?
Sorry, I'm asking you.
Gabby says the guy from Trinidad.
Yes, Kimoy, you're our winner. Karen Rose. And our other regional guest, or non-Jamaican guest, was Kalila Reynolds. She's actually from Belize, for those of you that were paying attention.
Listen, I just feel like Kalila is Jamaican. I honestly forget that she's not Jamaican all the time. Because I'm like, we had 2 people not from Jamaica. When?
Yes.
I didn't know that answer either. I was like, so what's the price for that?
What's
Why
that?
is Catherine asking us that question? I don't know.
What's that price, Catherine?
Can I ask a question? What was the first prizes that we gave away?
We actually didn't announce it.
Right. So I don't know why Russia was
Wait.
speaking on this.
No, because we gave away 2 notebooks. So we need to know when we're giving away Face Place, when we're giving away Rib Cage. We had given away 2 notebooks.
Oh, see, I didn't know. I'm sorry. So we are giving away, what are we giving away? What would you like to give away? I think we should give away the prize from our next guest, so you can do the introduction.
We could. Over to our introduction queen.
So the prize for the Just Ask question is roasted and ground medium medium roast from Moy Hall Estate Coffee. And make I tell you, so this is my favorite coffee. And you guys know that.
Rush, sorry to stop. You know what I think would go perfectly with that bag of coffee? Or one of our Emerge insulated branded mugs, containers. Yes, ma'am. That's right. To keep your coffee
nice and hot.
Because I'm actually drinking a little coffee myself from my Moy Hall coffee cup. So the Moy Hall Estate Coffee Farm is a place where the spirit lives and soars. A place which produces delicious coffee, which is the king of the Blue Mountain. That name was actually given to them. It is a family-owned operation established in 1992 by Courtney Paul Fletcher and his fantastic wife, Paula Fletcher, who is joining us here tonight. Over the years, the coffee husbandry has been perfected in accordance with high-quality standards by virtue of the knowledge and expertise gained in coffee cultivation, combined with the environmental conditions. The cherry coffee produced is exceptional. It's the we can't even pronounce it good. The Arabica variety. I'm sure Paula will correct me.
Correct.
Produce a single estate farm to cup artisanal premium reserve coffee. And this coffee is actually exported to Japan. They are increasing their online export through Amazon, Etsy, etc. So for our overseas viewers, you will be able to get your Moy Hall coffee. Locally, they're on the shelves at Sovereign, Ligony, Le Chouchan, and the new Super Value Fresh Foods. Now, this is really a family business, and there's nothing like taking part by being a customer of a business that you understand and you know the story, and the story is beautiful. And I think a great part of the story is that, listen to the company directors. They are Dr. Nasha Hunter, Dr. Kamika Petty, Dr. Shani Groves, and Dr. Kamar Fletcher. So them all are the Fletcher children.
That's right.
Yes.
Wow.
So the succession planning is well in full effect. And I remember the first time I had Moy Hall coffee, I was in the shoe stand, and Paula actually came up to me and said, "Have you tried this coffee?" I didn't go buy me cheap coffee. So I said, "No." And she said, "You need to try this." And I have been hooked ever since. So I am a much nicer person in the mornings after having my freshly brewed Moy Hall Estate coffee. Welcome, Paula Fletcher.
So Paula actually had some technical difficulties, so she signed out to sign right back in.
Not a problem. I think the word is Arabica, Rochelle.
Thanks, Nay. So what you have to say it like,
let me ask you a question. What was that face?
No, oh, you say it. I think the word is Arabica, Rochelle. Lean back.
What's the word?
So listen, I think I need to take the time to big up.
Linda is joining us from New York City.
For the first time.
I see a shake on. I think I know him. I think I grew up with him.
I think you know him. I think you grew up with him.
He's a nice guy. Hi, Marissa. Hi, Nomadel said, "This is my first time live. I usually watch the recordings, and we're so glad to have you live."
Oh, awesome.
That's my Auntie Normadel.
Is that my Auntie Normadel as well?
No, yeah, well, listen, don't claim my auntie. It's my auntie first. Yeah, same one.
How you know that? I'm older than you, Catherine, so that means you could have been my auntie first.
Oh, that's true. You're old.
Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. Hi, Auntie Normadel. I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're well.
I see Shirley in New York in the house. We're international, guys. You know, see how much people from far foreign. And Nai is joining us from LA. But while Paula is joining, because I actually have more Moy Hall Estate coffee. So a quick question, because we always like to know whether or not you're paying attention to what our guests are saying. Now, our previous guest, the one and only Sima, had mentioned some local toners that we can use. Can somebody tell us 2 toners that Sima mentioned that we can use on our skin?
Me, miss.
No, not you.
I would like some of that
Toners.
right now, actually.
You see, Gabrielle says she hopes I'm coming with a barrel of things for her.
Okay. Tamika says Benjamin's, but Benjamin's is the over. Oh, I see. Oh, look, rose water. Linda says rose water. I see Sandra witch hazel and rose water. She named the 2 together.
But
Sandra.
Gabby said it first, though. She just separated our answers.
You're rooting for my sister Gabby.
Guys,
the
the comments don't lie.
I'm staying out of that one. And guess who is back?
So, Paula. Gabby,
Paula. Can you imagine I'm watching all this time, and as I'm about to come off,
It's okay. The internet doesn't want us to be great today, but we're still going to be awesome.
Yes, okay.
Hi, Paula. Welcome.
Hi. I won't tell you how I know you, because I'm going to know my age, but I'm up there.
Right. So, I have to say Auntie Paula. I can't say Paula. I don't know who that is.
So I know Paula. Mrs. Fletcher, so I feel kind of funny when I say Paula. I'm like,
so what I must say? I must say Auntie Paula. I must say Mrs. Fletcher. I must say Paula. What I must say?
Paula is allowed. If I am in a supermarket or anywhere with my children, it's Paula here. So I'm fine with Paula. Come on.
Okay.
Now.
Awesome. Paula, yes. I am an avid coffee drinker, as is Rochelle. Cannot start the day without it. I actually drink coffee in the night as well. It does not put me to sleep. So I drink coffee at night, and there's nothing like that smell of freshly ground beans, and then brewing that fresh pot of coffee. There's nothing like that when you wake up to that smell. So what I'd love you to tell us is, how do we brew the perfect cup of coffee?
Okay. Well, thank you first of all for the introduction. It is something, this whole farm thing is something that is just so in our DNA, and it excites me to speak about this product that people enjoy. But of course, you have to know how to make it.
Yes.
Now, the first thing you have to start with a good set of beans. Okay. And Moyhall beans are perfect for that, and I'll tell you why in a minute. But also the water. Very important to use filtered water to get out the impurities and whatever chlorine and fluoride that might be in there, because sometimes water comes with a smell and a taste. So you want to remove that so it doesn't compete the flavors of the coffee. You can use spring water, but sometimes spring water has in some other minerals that may also compete. So it would have to be one of those spring waters where pH level goes wonderful. That's why just having filtered water, and you, of course, if you have it attached to your kitchen pipe, or you have one of those containers in your fridge that has a charcoal thing that traps all the impurities and other things, then that's fine. So that's the beans and that's the water. The next thing is a brewing method. And you have to understand that coffee is an experience. Drinking coffee is an experience, and it all depends on what resonates with you. So if you start with those things, a good beans, filtered water, because coffee is actually 98.6% water. So that's why it's so important. But let me go back to telling you about the Moyhall estate. It's one of those estates that are listed. When you talk about estates in Jamaica, you talk about the Moyhall estate. But we are at the type of elevation, 3,500 to 5,500 feet above sea level, which is the optimal level for growing Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee. So there's Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee and there's Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee. because how we describe it is that, you start at the base of the mountain, and as you go up, if you remember our geography, it gets cooler and cooler. So at that level that we are at, what happens is that the bean matures slower. So it's denser, and then it just locks in the flavor a little bit more. And it's actually perfect for roasting too, because it has body. It's dense, so it's not going to roast up and burn up and you get the charcoal taste, and you know what I mean? So that's just really it. And the industry knows this, that at that particular point on the Blue Mountain and at that elevation, that microclimate is perfect. And the Japanese also know it, and it tends to be, you said Arabica, right? We use the Arabica bean, and it tends to be a bean that has flavor anyway. And just to give you the idea of the mountain, at the base of it, the coffee owned by other farmers is already ripening. We have our coffee on the trees, but they're green. So it's the same geographic area, but higher up, even the bearing cycle is different. So we come in a little later. So we just have it's just a microclimate. That's a real blessing at that altitude.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
There is nothing like Jamaica Blue Mountain coffee.
Oh, there's nothing like it. Yes. And you speak about the aroma. I remember when I presented Rochelle with her coffee beans, I asked her, I said, do you drink coffee? She says, yes. I said, well, you have to try one of this. People used to come in. We used to do a lot of tastings in the Sushan where we carry it on the shelves. And people used to come in and say, what is that? What is that? That's when I used to be in the country with my granny, and the coffee would just, the aroma is also what Moy Hall Estate coffee is known for. So in terms of that experience, coffee drinking is a sensory experience. And it starts with the smell first of all, and then of course the taste, and then it have a cute little thing called an aftertaste. And so that's a feature, that's a profile of our coffee. We had it analyzed abroad, and that's a feature of our coffee. So you start with the experience with that, and that gets us going. And then it goes in the mouth, and all the taste buds get excited. And when that goes down, there's a chocolatey aftertaste. Okay. So yes.
I'm excited. So Paula, with all of that said, we would love if you could, well, first of all, you also spoke about the different brewing methods, and it really is to one's liking. So I like the French press coffee, whereas my father, he loves his perked.
This is the French press.
Yes. So tell us about that. Tell us about I know there's the pour over method as well. So tell us a little bit about that.
Right. Well, the pour over is quite an exotic method. And the thing about it is that since we're so homebound with this COVID-19, which we wish would just go away, we have to begin getting fancy.
Yes.
And so it's a good time. The coffee is still being drunk both in Jamaica and abroad, because people are home now, so they can sort of experiment. The main one that people would use, and that the grind of the coffee is made for, is the drip method. That's the one where you put in you put in your coffee in the filter, and it drips down into a carafe.
Yes.
Right. So that is the method, quick, ready to go, easy. That's a typical one that people use, and you have to be careful of the grind size that you use. But most coffees on the shelves can deal with the drip method. Then we spoke about the French press.
Yes.
You have to use a slightly coarser grind with this one, because the more you have coffee, longer you have coffee immersed, you have to decrease the surface area of the particles. So you have to have it a little coarser, because that's what you do. You put in the coffee, you pour on your water. It's directly there with the coffee. So you don't want it too fine that it just gets, it's over immersed. So you want to make sure that and this is really suited for persons who buy beans.
Yes.
Because then you can set your grind size to do a French press. A pour over is more exotic. You have, it's behind me there somewhere.
Yes, I can see it.
A kettle with a spout I like the Chemex, right? I like to talk brand sometimes because it helps people to go straight. So there's a Chemex, Chemex, pour over that you can get on Amazon, quite reasonable. I think it was 30 US or something like that. And it has the filters to go with it. It's best to wet the filter first, and then you start pouring slowly. And you just pause for a little while so it blooms, meaning it gets seeped in the water, and then you just continue pouring down, and it pours down into the container, and you're done. So that's the latest thing everybody's talking about pour over. So you have a siphon method, which uses it's a little more complicated to use. It's also there behind me, but I think the percolator, the old time percolator too.
Yes.
Remember, my mother had a percolator where you put it, some of the barrels or whatever you call it. It you don't need a filter, but some you may, but most of them you don't.
Yes.
And you just put in your coffee, your water is already in, you plug it in, and it just percolates up and down. And normally it has on a timer. So it all depends on how much time you have, how you like your coffee. With the pour over, you get all the flavors. You see, because it's immersed, and then you use a little pressure and you push it down. And with the French press.
Yes.
You get out all the flavors of the coffee. The only thing is, if you don't drink your coffee right away, and I tend to like my coffee hottish, you know? So it cools very quickly. So you have to know that you're ready for your French press, you grind your coffee, and you sit down and you drink it. Whereas the other methods, especially the drip method, it can be, because it has a little warm plate under it. So
so it stays hot for longer.
Right.
Okay, so what is the best way to store our coffee?
Okay, that is a crucial thing, and it depends on there are a couple of factors there. Now, people like us, we like to grind our beans, and there are others. Do you grind yours, Naomi, or you?
Yes, I grind mine, and what I do is I just do enough for what I'm going to have.
Excellent.
And then I will grind again.
Right, that's the best way to do it. But even if you buy a bag of coffee, what you do, you store it in a canister.
Yes.
And it can't be a see-through canister because you want to block the sun. So wherever you have your canister, where you store it on your countertop in the kitchen, make sure it doesn't get morning or afternoon sun.
So we actually have ours in a Milo tin.
I suppose that can work. That can work because no light can get through. Natural light can't get through.
I have mine in a canister.
In a what, Rochelle?
I have mine in a canister. That light is getting out.
Well, then you know what to get me for Christmas. Thanks.
Right. So it should also be able to screw on a bit, whatever top. And that Milo tin can knock around the side. So suppose, because you don't want to let in moisture and air.
Right.
Because the coffee is a living thing, and it continues to break down. And
can it be stored in the freezer?
That question, I know that question was coming. People want to know if you can store it in the freezer and even in the fridge. No, that's not the best place because you have moisture. In the fridge, you have the food smells, the odors.
Yes.
Coffee don't like them kind of interference. Coffee its purity. And it's a funny thing. You see that cup of coffee, when you've gotten a coffee bean that you really like, you want to know you get that same taste every time. You don't want any mustiness with moisture being let in. So suppose you get a whole heap of coffee and you need to, but coffee can last for a year or more. Coffee, it may sort of lose some of its flavor over time, but coffee can stay out for very long. So I don't know why you'd want to freeze it, but if you do freeze it or put it in the fridge, it has to be in a sealed container, because what you want to keep out is the moisture and the smells. But try and operate in a way that you can just have it on your your, on the counter somewhere where it gets no light and is airtight.
Okay, great. And I think one more question I'd love to ask is, we hear a lot about health benefits of coffee, right? Or we hear different things. Some people say coffee not good for you, but some people think it's, there are a lot of health benefits. What would you say about that?
I think that coffee, from what I've read, there are even clinical studies, coffee is a stimulant.
Yes.
But you're not taking it in such quantities that is going to knock you out. It's so to get you through the day. You may have it in the morning, in the afternoon, midday. You have to be careful if you have certain problems, like if you have heart conditions, you can get palpitations. So you have to. It becomes a matter of nutrition. That is not what you need for your body at the time, because the caffeine is a part of the makeup of coffee.
Yes.
But otherwise, it's good. It's heart. I hear it good for liver. I hear it good for kidney. I've read all the journals that, people live way up drinking them cup of coffee.
Yeah. It cuts down the murder rate. It keeps the murder. It helps to cut down the murder rate. Because drink the coffee.
Yeah, it can calm you. It can be very calming, and if you like the whole coffee experience, even from grinding it to making.
Yes. It's an experience. It's an experience. It's therapeutic.
Yes. If you come to my house every morning by about 6:30, the coffee pot is on, because my husband, he makes enough and he puts it in a container and he takes it for lunch and so. It's one of those experiences that can just make life a little.
Yeah,
absolutely. My mother swears that coffee helps her with her migraines. So if she has a headache, her instant thing is coffee.
Right. Well, you see, if that works for you, because you know what works for you.
Right.
So that's wonderful.
Yes.
But it's more on the health benefit side than not.
Yes. Well, Paula, thank you so much. We've learned a lot more about coffee, even for some of us that are familiar with coffee. Even the steps to making the perfect cup by ensuring that you use filtered water. I've actually heard that you should use cold filtered water. Is that true, or it doesn't matter?
Room temperature is fine. Room temperature is fine.
Okay, so room temperature filtered water, and we have to ensure that we are storing the coffee properly. Right. Critical.
Right. So you want it to be as fresh as possible,
Yes.
So that's the story.
Freshness. I don't think people realize that there's actually an expiry date on your coffee bags, So when you buy coffee, you can actually look on the bag and see when it expires.
That's right.
So you get an idea of how fresh it is.
That's why with Moy Hall Estate, we do micro batches.
Oh.
Right, because then you always have fresh enough coffee. We don't do a whole storeroom.
Yes. Awesome.
Yes. So I won't have time to demonstrate my cold coffee.
Yes, we'd love you to do a demonstration.
I will do that very quickly because I have everything right here, please.
Yes.
And you can tell us where we can find you as
right,
well.
Right.
Doing something fancy.
So see how you can get fancy. Look at this.
You have to. Yes. So she put some Hershey's syrup in the cup.
Hershey's syrup, and then now I have cold coffee that was already in the fridge.
Yes.
So I have that, and it's sweetened because this is really a sweet way.
What do you
sweeten it? Having it. I use condensed milk.
Oh, that's me. Yeah. I love you.
Right. People feel that you're not a good pedigree.
I know. Those are the coffee snobs. Those are the coffee snobs.
I love my coffee black these days, but I'm telling you, I can't
drink coffee without condensed milk. It's not. I'm in California right now, and I brought my Betty condensed milk with me.
Oh my goodness! The thing though with Moy Hall Estate, the flavor profile, it has a little sweetness in it. So you really put just a little sugar in it. Try it one day, Naomi.
I will for sure.
Yes, just put a little in it, and you'll be surprised that it's still sweet. So I put in my syrup there to make it
Yes.
look fancy. I'm trying to do it so that you can see it
Yes.
properly. Right. So, and then now look at this.
Your branded glass cup.
My
Yes.
branded glass cup. And then you just put in.
Yes.
See?
And just
So you look like
Nice.
fancy, right? And then now you can top it a little. This is cinnamon powder,
Cinnamon. Yeah.
right? And you can put on little chocolate
Oh my God.
Sprinkles.
yeah,
So it's like, so it's dessert in a cup. That's what it is.
dessert, right? Right. So I had put for those who can tolerate almonds. Almonds are on it.
Wow.
So you can serve this as dessert. And then the Moy Hall coffee, because of the flavor, I'm telling you the truth, the flavor, even though you sweeten it, it still comes through.
Yeah.
The flavor of coffee. There's some coffees, if you don't use the right coffee, the sugar, the condensed milk, or if you use non-dairy milk with sugar, it kills the coffee taste, but the coffee taste comes through. I kid you not.
Mm.
So, see?
Nice.
That looks so yum. So on that note, Paula, tell us, where can we find Moy Hall Estate?
Okay, Moy Hall
We already
Estate.
listed the locations that it can be purchased, but where can we find you online?
Oh, online, I'm on Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, which is Canada, Amazon.uk. So anywhere where you have your Amazon, because each of them, they have the URL a little differently. So anywhere you're on Amazon in the US, in Canada, in Europe, log on to
Awesome.
here and just look for Moy Hall Estate Coffee.
And where can we find you on social media?
Okay, so let me just mention Etsy. We're also on Etsy and Walmart.com.
Oh,
Okay, social media now. If you just use Moy Hall Estate, you'll find us we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram. And I can tell you something, since the show was announced and I put up the thing and advertise it, we've gotten some new followers.
awesome.
I mean, this is why it was just, I said, my goodness, boy, this is a place to be when you have a business, you know. So all of those, YouTube, we're also on YouTube and we'd love to get some more subscribers. And did you know that we have a brand ambassador, please?
Oh,
Yes. My brand ambassador is Danusha Francis. She is Polish. My mother is Polish, but her father is Jamaican. So she is going to Olympics Tokyo 2021.
Wonderful.
Right. Qualified.
Gymnast, yes.
Yes, a gymnast, right. And so she has been promoting our coffee, and we're about to do a competition actually with her. But if you go on any of our sites, you can see the new
awesome.
Wonderful.
Well, thank you so much, Paula, for taking the time. Our lucky winners that will win their bag of Moy Hall coffee today.
Yes.
Enjoy. And for those who didn't win, that's okay, because you can get your bags on Amazon or on Etsy or at our local supermarkets in Kingston, Jamaica as well.
Right. So I didn't name the supermarkets. It's Lesushan,
yes,
Barberton, Sovereign, Ligani, and the new
Super Value.
Super Value Fresh Foods.
And we're always well stocked, because if we don't, we get in trouble. We have been, the name is out there now. More
wow. Thank you, Paula, so much.
Thank you for having me. I wish you all the best. I just love your show. Some of them I think I have to go back and watch. But
Please do.
So guys, when you're binge watching, make sure you have your cup of Moy Hall Estate coffee. Yes. And you saw that lovely demonstration by Paula with the Hershey's in the glass, and then the whipped cream and the sliced almonds and cinnamon and all the things. Chocolate
sprinkles.
Wow. Love it.
It's all those who want coffee. I'll get coffee in Miami. Great.
Yes.
At least every time I say she don't get something.
Yeah, she can't say so, because you know she always have something to say, like she don't get nothing. You know, guys, you know, this is really a show about our favorite things and our favorite people. So we've had Marie Hall Smith, Simmer from Face Place, and she took us along a beauty journey, and we learned a lot about our skin. Then our favorite thing in the morning, that smell of freshly brewed coffee. I mean, oh my goodness, there's nothing like that smell. And if you've ever received a decorate box, start live till you receive a decorate box. And decorate is actually a full service gifting suite that specializes in curated and custom gift boxes that tell a story through carefully selected products and wrapping details. Owner and founder Melanie Miller of By Melanie Miller, that is the Melanie Miller event planner. She is an event planner by profession and was faced with a decline in the event industry due to the current pandemic. So she found that due to the restrictions in movement for most people weren't going out as much. So she tried to figure out what she could bring to the consumer. So she pivoted. After speaking to a few friends and realizing most people were somewhat down, she decided it would be a great idea to start gifting friends just because boxes and delivering them. She figured if she could take the legwork out of gifting, especially for persons overseas who still had family in Jamaica but were unable to travel, the turnkey service would be very useful. And the box them is very turned up, It's no ordinary thing, It's like when you get one of them box there, like you just stop for the rest of the day and just look on the box. And I said, people love me. So Decorate was born. Decorate now creates and curates. So creates and curates boxes for expectant mothers, children, bridal parties, birthday and wedding weekend gifts for guests, the home chef, the green thumb, home office starter kits, and now moving into the holiday season with the corporate gifts. They are packaged to perfection, accompanied by the most amazing personalized notes. And when they are delivered by the one and only, loved by all, Miss Melanie Miller, a girl that we love
her.
I just realized that for Naomi's birthday, she got decorate everything, birthday splash, right? And I noticed that for Rochelle's birthday, she got face place, spa day. So I just can't wait to see what December 15th is going to bring.
Exactly. I was about to say December is right around the corner. So let's see.
Let's talk about fishing.
Wow, Catherine. Oh
my God, Mel, we are delighted to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, here, Jamila. We love her, Jamila.
Thank you for having me, of course. I feel special. I was wondering.
First of all, Melanie, you look absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Thank you. This is just how I wake up.
I'm kin to Rochelle, so that the personality, they're similar.
Thank you. As I said, that we haven't gone anywhere in so long, and this, as Sima had said earlier, it was so exciting to have something to do late in the night. I figured it would be a perfect time to get my face done and do my hair. Thanks, Lisa, and just kind of feel good. Sometimes, especially in the current pandemic, there are days when we're not very happy or other things are happening. And I figured let me just turn it up a little bit today.
And it's Feel Good Wednesday, girl.
It's Feel Good Wednesday. Yeah.
You know what? You made a really good point, Melanie. We honestly don't really have many opportunities to get dressed up anymore.
No, really.
So the little opportunities that we get, we just have to, go all out. Like if I go on the road to work out of my office,
it's true.
I wear heels because I don't wear heels anymore. So it's like a thing. It's like, oh my God, I get to put on heels today because I'm going to drop my car off at the garage. Right.
The other day I saw someone and she's like, every time I see you, just look so nice. And I'm like, well, the clothes in the closet, they're about to dry rot. So at this point, let us.
And the
shoes, exactly. So I figured, why not just do it? And for you ladies, to kind of be in a group of you ladies, I figured I'd, turn it up a little bit.
Aww. Stop it.
So bad. But Mel, this whole pivot into Decorate, which has really taken retail by storm. It's filled a gap that we didn't know that we had. So you've
Agreed.
created a need that we never even knew that we needed. And we
Apparently.
congratulate you for that, because it's one of the things I want to ask you about, because I've seen a part of your process in just your creative process and the effort that you put into the placement of each and every item. And I want to just kind of go back to the beginning of Decorate and what it actually means to you to just be bringing feel good to people.
Again, as we spoke about earlier, because of the pandemic, I am a event planner by trade. I do weddings, and we all know that came to a screeching halt in March, and pretty much the event industry took a nosedive. And trying to figure out what to do next, how to remain relevant, what are the things that I can do. I am creative just by nature, and again, as Rochelle had said, trying to think, how can I bring a smile? Like everybody I talk to would be like, I'm miserable, nothing going on, I don't know when I'm going to go back to work, blah, blah, blah. A lot of things, I can't see my family. People are a little down, and I try to figure out how can I find a way to bring smiles to people's faces, and just do it in a way where they probably haven't gotten it before. I mean, everybody has gotten a gift of some sort before. You've gotten a gift basket, all of that, we've all been there. But it was for me trying to figure out how can I do it where it's a little bit more personal, not knocking any other type of gift, but I wanted to curate something where once a person opened that gift, they knew that box was theirs. So instead of it being generic, for lack of a better word, you're giving somebody fruits and a chocolate and a book or a whatever, I would ask the question, what does this person love? Tell me that one thing. It could be anything. I had a lady someone who said, my mother loves sardines. And if you put all kind of fancy things in the box, she's going to appreciate it. But if she sees that tin of sardines, she's going to know this is my box. This person knows me. So that was the aim to kind of, and I've been doing that. I mean, I can have a lot of everything in there. As I said, a lot of people will say, I don't know what to put in there. It don't matter. I'm like, yes, but just give me that one key thing. And it has helped. So I see when people call me back or they say, I'm so happy you did that. That wonderful thing you did made such a difference. So again, it's about creating that unique experience for that person who you're gifting, and for them to know that you stopped, you thought about it, these are the things that you like, and I try to fill it with that and present it to you, and it's been going pretty good.
Yeah. And for you personally, just you do this to actually make people feel good. That's where it started. That's where it was birthed from. Well, how does that make you feel?
It's a good feeling, and there are times when I'm doing it, I'm so focused on getting it right and doing it perfect, because I know that whoever is receiving it deserves that. And I remember just a short story. I used to say, let me find a bearer or somebody to deliver boxes, because sometimes it can be so taxing to go all over the place. And then there was one day when I went somewhere the day before, they were not there, and I went back the following day, and I remember driving up there, and I was like, Lord, can't we have to go back just for this box and live so far? And I said, let me just go. And I went, and I was delivering to the lady, and she was like, tell me about this. And we spoke for maybe 15-20 minutes, and she's like, I love this, and I'm so happy you came. And it was really nice. And because of that interaction, she said, you know what, I have a few girlfriends, then you to pick me up. I'm going to get 5 boxes for them. My goddaughter's birthday is in a week. I'm going to have her use it for her dinner party. And that's what started. And I remember driving down the hill, and I'm like, this is why you do it, Melanie. The look on her face, appreciation. She called me after to say how much she appreciated it. And again, and then the people who gift it, when they call you to say, Melanie, it was perfect, they love it, they cried, I'm like, it's all worth it. So it's more than just, I needed something to do. My nature is I have a feel good nature about me. I like to make people happy. I like people to smile, and I like to do it from the heart. And I think that's what Decorate is. It's the heartbeat of bringing everyone together through gifts.
Oh man,
Oh, I love that.
love that, Mel. So in your Decorate journey, you have really used a lot of local products, and you're always moving, or you are always promoting local products and promoting small businesses. Um, as we're coming into this Christmas season, and we are thinking of utilizing Decorate services, or we are thinking of buying gifts, what are some of the gift suggestions that you would tell us about today?
Again, because of COVID and where we are right now, I think the best gift we can give each other and our local artisans, retailers, is to buy local. And I'm really trying to push that local leg of, because everybody has felt something. Every single person has had some effect. Something has happened to them during COVID, and I think it's a good time to give back. How little it is. So over the years, okay, before I even say that, there's so many new artisans who have come up because of COVID. A lot of people didn't realize that they were either good at cooking or sewing or doing painting, some kind of DIY. And because of it, we have a whole new set of people out there who are just taking the place by storm and doing very well at it. So my aim is to present those people to you. So whether it's if you're having a food, a lot of people are cooks now. We have a lot of time, so we're online doing our, Food Network or whatever it is. So we're now trying to find ways to be creative. We have some awesome products from some of our best chefs or cooks, artisans, whatever you want to call them, right now. If you're going to do a box, even for men, a lot of times ladies don't know what to give men. If the man is a cook, this is a perfect opportunity you can pair it with like a rum, and then you get a little, there's a stush in the bush, or we have Tootsie K. She has a whole line of products and marinades and sauces. You have Simmons, Breads and Catering. She's taking the place by storm. She's at the commissary. We have some pepper sauce from Heaven, from Uncle Ducky's. And so there's a bunch of things that we can get now that you can buy them even in retail, that you can kind of put that together as a box. So the gifts no longer have to be this big gift because you want them to say, all right, we spend a little money. I think it's from the heart now. This is what people want, that you thought about it. And I can tell you the littlest thing but it's just to know that you thought about them and that's what they're like. This is what you can do. You have the new person now who is into, everybody has time to be a gardener. Everybody's out there, like Rochelle and our orchids. You can know everybody is into succulents, and everybody, you follow all these new Instagram pages, Wally's Garden, everybody's into it. So you can get a green thumb box. You can even say, listen, start a garden with, rosemary and thyme and all these things that people can now make. So this is a perfect time to do a green thumb, or the chef box, or the gift of spa. I find that a lot of people are so we're stressed out, and we have the Face Place. You can pair a nice gift card or a gift certificate from the Face Place with some kind of body butter. She spoke about her collagen, her face mask. For people who are not ready to go out to the spa, you can gift the spa to them, and they do it at home. So that's good. So we have the cook, we have the spa person, we have even if you're sweet treats, people who like chocolate, there is Liquormore chocolate. Have you heard of Liquormore chocolate?
Yes.
That's some chocolate, right? Yes. And it's beautiful. The packaging is awesome. And I think when you even gift it makes a statement. You have, again, these small batch producers. You have sugar. You have all these people who make these madeleines. You can just kind of put all these things together.
You have PR Chicks.
You have PR Chicks and those cinnamons or cinnamon rolls. You cannot do anything. And I tell you that there's no box too small. Yes.
Daniel is here, and Daniel wants to know if you mail overseas.
As a matter of fact, I am about to. I have had a few guest or a customer who her sister's birthday is coming up. She lives overseas, but she wants to gift Jamaica to her overseas. So it is now, I'm now expanding into export, where I can make some nice local packages filled with the same things that we're speaking about and gift it to people overseas for Christmas.
That's fabulous, Melanie.
So we're trying. We're not doing badly at all.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It always is beautiful when someone is speaking about their passion and how their face lights up and how they can excite other people with it. So I mean, you have totally excited us with it. And you know what I want you to leave us with is, and I know that you've done something special for our emergers as a gift.
Just a little. You know,
because you have to, because that's how you stay. So Mel, in terms of, you know, one of the things that you talked about a while ago that really resonated with me is sometimes we're thinking of very large gifts. So like my gift under the tree, big, but a lot of times in gifting people, we're not gifting them from a place of things that they actually exactly that place of thoughtfulness. And as you are putting together a box that you know you have driven around Kingston City, pulling together up to banana chips for the banana chips lovers, you know, that process for you in putting together a box, what goes through your head? Because I know even the placement of things, because one of the time I was rushing you with a box, they said, just push this something underneath it, push that side of it, and you said no. And when you were finished, I realized that, I mean, you are an artist at work, and you know, sometimes we don't recognize that this is an art form. Tell us about your art form, that pulling together of the perfect decorate box.
Again, my process firstly is building a relationship with the person who is gifting, and I rely on them to I can close my eyes and you tell me about the person, how much you love this person, what does this person mean to you, even if it's not somebody you love, it's on a corporate side, but they've had an exchange with you for whatever reason, and they have had an impact on you, and you'd like to share something with them or gift them something, it means something. So I find out what is the age of the person, all of that, and we put it together. And I take pride in it. I really do. As Rochelle says, it's art to me. So I try not to rush it. So sometimes somebody will say, oh, I just need $10 tomorrow. It's not the run of the mill. I'm just going to like mass produce something that is personal. Of course, going into the Christmas season, we will be doing more of that because, of course, you know, a lot of companies might have, you know, clients that they'd like to gift, and we will make accommodations for that. But with that being said, we still want to hold on to what the real meaning of the gift, and is to find out what this person likes. And I take the time, I find out, and I do drive all over the place to ensure that, because not everything is one place, and I will go out of my way for it because I know the end result is the thought and the care and the love. You know, like when you go somewhere and you eat something, you say, you know, this cook with love. I want when people get my box, they're like, this box make with love. Just like this one right here, which somebody is going to get very soon. I don't know what the question is going to be, but we have a nice little Emerge box. With
Bring it over some more, Melanie.
On my phone, please. Sorry. So in the box, you have a journal. I'll be like Vanna White. I think I just made the chocolate fall. There's chocolate in there. There is a journal. There's a planner, and of course your container for your hot or cold beverages. So I know they will find a way to have whoever get that box. Just know it was made with love, and I hope you enjoy it. And that's pretty much the where we're going with Decorate. It is here to stay. It's something that came out of COVID, but it's here to stay. And I know that I want to keep it obviously you want things to grow, but I don't want it to get too big where it just becomes 1, 2, 3, 15, 20. I still want to be a part of the process. I still love it. I love a lot of the things that I'm doing. I'm like, I want this box. I like this box. So, it's coming together nicely. And again, I thank you for the platform. I thank you all for the support. At some point, I have dealt with all three of you. And I know there are a lot of people who are watching who also have supported me. And I really appreciate it. And the sky is the limit. I'm here for you.
Oh, Mel.
Thank you, Mel. We're so proud of you. I mean, as the girls said, Melanie completely decorated my birthday and just created an amazing experience. And I mean, it's something that you just won't forget. And that's what she does with every single box.
Yes.
And again, as you said that, Naomi, about decorate, because I do have the background of events and decor, I managed to pivot in that way as well. As most people are having smaller events. So even for the holidays, you have your private dinners, you have your Christmas setup, and you want to do something a little nice, decorate can handle that as well. If you want to have a pretty dining table for Christmas for the month of December and you do a nice garland on it, decorate can do that. And then when it comes to Christmas Day, you put on your pretty and your glass and your candle, and you pretty much have a tablescape for Christmas Day, but you would have had it for the season. So there are ways as well to make the holidays your own. And we're here to help.
Tamika said, Angelina loved her Mother's Day box.
Lovely. Thank you, Tams.
Thank you, Mel. So can you remind us again where we can find you?
Right.
So I am on Instagram as @DeCurateJA, and that's DECRATEJA. And my mother, my deal job is by Melanie Miller. That's where you'll see the event side of me. So that's by Melanie Miller. You can also find me on Instagram, and any of those, there are the email addresses. If you go there, you can contact me. There's a phone number, and I can make it happen.
And Mel's birthday is coming up in December too.
Is only offered
in Rock.
Linda asked if this service is only offered in Kingston.
I have delivered boxes in Montego Bay, in the Grill, in Kingston. The beauty of it now is that I don't necessarily go and deliver it myself, but I have partnered with a courier company who make even flowers. I've even added flowers to certain boxes, and they've gotten down safely. Thank you, Tara. So there are ways to get them to you. So I had a couple the other day who was from London. Both of them were there. They're like, I have a friend, it's his birthday. He's alone in Jamaica. He can't travel. Can you help me? I didn't know them. And he got his box in Montego Bay, and he was very happy. So we can do that too.
Awesome.
So we heard all of the gifting ideas from Melanie. We know where to find Decorate, but it's not just about the Decorate boxes. If we want to turn up this Christmas, and we might as well, we're going to be at home anyway. Why we don't just pick up the place? And Decorate is there for you. So thank you very much, Melanie.
Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. All the best. Happy holidays to everybody. Be safe. Wash your hands.
That's right.
Wear your mask. I was so happy to not wear my mask and put on my red lips today. So again, thank you. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it.
Of course, we're gonna have to have a question for the Decorate box.
Yes.
For Emerge merchandise. And this one is easy, guys, because I really want somebody to get the box fast. We introduced a new segment this season. What's the name of the segment?
This is for the real emergers now.
I kind of like.
Because it's so, the things come in so delayed.
Like you're not sure like who's answered. Let's see. So we introduced a new segment this season, and for the prize of the Decorate Emerge box, what's the name of our new segment? Lansdale, you don't know the name of our new segment?
Can I tell you, I just knew that Lansdale was going to be the one to get it.
Yes!
Oh, it's Alicia.
That's right.
And who did first?
But you see, this is what happens all the time. It's like the responses are delayed, so it comes up like right after.
Alicia and Tracy get too much praise.
That's too funny. Okay, guys. So
who won that? Alicia.
Alicia.
Alicia was in first. But Lansdale will have a prize for you.
Yeah, Lansdale have to get a prize.
Yeah. So Alicia, you just won the decorate box.
Alicia probably has half of the things in there already.
That's what happens when you make sure that you come to class.
That's right.
So guys, so we done spa, coffee, the gifts, and what better way to feel good than to wrap up the evening with the wine lady herself.
That's right.
Deborah A. Taylor, wine specialist. So Deborah has 20 whole 8 years in the wine and spirit industries. She's worked in sales, in hotels. She's worked in the retail business, and she partnered in Jamaica's very first wine bar. Do you remember Bin 26, guys?
Absolutely.
The original Bin 26 wine bar, which was located at Islands Heritage Site, the Devon House. Now, she is a qualified wines and spirits education trust certified educator. Now, that means that she can teach us about wine. Her passion for wines has taken her to wineries in Chile, the USA, France, Italy, Spain, Greece, Australia, and New Zealand. Affectionately, she's known as Wine Lady Deborah. She's currently the trade development manager at Selects Brands in Jamaica and is a student with the Wines and Spirits Education Trust, pursuing WSET Level 4 Diploma in Wines and Spirits. That's so nice. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are ready for the wine experience with the wine Deborah.
Hi, Deb.
You look fabulous.
Thank you.
So it's so funny. The last time we had Deborah on, we actually had Deborah on twice when we had our Fabulous and 50 segment. So this is the first time that we're having Deborah to speak in her capacity as wine lady.
As the
Deborah.
wine lady.
The wine lady, Deborah. So Deborah, between you and me, right? Just us girls here. Do you find wine drinkers to be overall better human beings?
Absolutely. In wine lies the truth. In vino veritas, it is emblazoned everywhere you go, and it means in wine lies the truth.
Yes, I love that. In wine lies the truth.
In wine lies the truth. Of course, the light had to go off at the moment that we're.
I know, right?
Okay. Yeah.
But it's okay. Today's been a fun show with all kinds of
Lots of
surprises.
exciting surprises today.
It's a light show, strobe lights.
So let me just arrange that the computer opens up so I can keep the light on.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's fine, Debbie. Still look fab.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit. So as we're approaching this Christmas season, and we talked about Feel Good Wednesdays, a lot of us enjoy wine, but we don't necessarily know how to pair our wines.
Okay.
What would you recommend as like a wine pairing, just 101 for someone who just enjoys a good glass of wine, but not necessarily just doesn't know how they should be pairing it?
So the most important thing with drinking wine is drinking what you enjoy.
Love that.
So don't be swayed by anything you hear, because my taste is different to your taste. So the best wine for you is the wine that you like. As you know, both of us will be drinking the same coffee, and we're like, which by the way, that whipped cream had me away, and all I could think of was pouring a little of my Eldorado rum cream over that whipped cream and having some fun.
Yum.
Okay. But both of us can be drinking the very same thing, and we have a totally different experience. So wine drinking is really, really personal. And what I always recommend is that one has fun with it, and that you experiment. Okay, so wine you are able to sip around. If I say it fast, it could sound different. Sip around. Okay, because you just have to try different things. And so many times I hear people say, oh, as a matter of fact, 2 nights ago I was with some friends and they said, oh, I don't drink Chardonnay. And I chilled a Chardonnay, a beautiful, crisp Chardonnay. And when I gave it to them, they were like, oh my God, I've never tasted a Chardonnay like that. So the range of styles, even within a category, is so broad that you don't want to limit yourself. You really want to be just open and have experiences. Guys, this is the only time you're allowed to flirt. Flirt with the wine. Have fun with them. Taste them. Taste them. Taste
and people always taste and buy. People always say that red wine goes with red meat and white wine goes with white meat. But the reality is that don't the sauces have an effect on the change of palate and how it affects the flavor of the wine?
Totally. So the conventional wisdom says red wines with red meats, white wine with white meats. The logic behind that is that white wines are lighter and white meats are lighter. So you get that. And red meats are heavier and red wines are heavier. So basically what you can see there mentally is a balance between the two things. However, the sauces have a very important role to play. Sauces, spices, seasonings, etc. So if I gave you curry shrimp, curry chicken, and curry goat to taste, the first thing you're gonna taste is curry. And so you're gonna pick that up before you figure out it's shrimp, it's chicken, or it's goat. And so you have to, take account of that when you're thinking about what wine to have with it. The other thing is that, if I am a red wine drinker, like by far, I just absolutely love red wine. Daytime, nighttime, morning time, whatever time, I love red wine. So I am known to have a glass of red with my fish. And so you are at liberty to enjoy what you enjoy with whatever you're eating. But the guidelines are there as guidelines. Okay. So if you're having, for instance, curry shrimp with a mild spice, a beautiful Riesling works beautifully because it's kind of off dry. It's a white wine. It's not too light like your Pinot Grigios. And so you're getting just that off dryness helps to tame the spice of the curry, and it works. The weight of the wine provides the balance that you need for the shrimp. Similarly, it can work with curry chicken, but if you wanted a glass of red wine, then a Pinot Noir might be interesting. And if you're having curry goat, the Pinot would work, or a nice Merlot that is not too tannic, so not too heavy. That could work also. But don't discount how well these red blend wines or even a glass of Moscato will work with any of those dishes. Once your wine is a little bit sweeter than your food, it is going to work.
That's a very good tip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once your wine is a little bit sweeter than your food.
Correct. Yeah. It's going to provide the balance you need. One of the challenges that we face with our wines is if the tannins are very sharp and very present. So tannins we find in red wines, and they are it's a mouthfeel that you get. So it's a part of the makeup of the grape skins, of the grape, it's found in the skins, in the seeds, in the stems, in the stalks, in oak barrels. And the tannins are, you feel them in your mouth, okay? And it's what makes you go, Lord, the wine bitter. But what you really meant to say is, wow, this wine has very strong tannins. Tannic. That's a word too. So we don't talk about bitter, because bitter in the wine would indicate to one that the wine is not good.
Good.
Okay? All right. So we don't talk about that. So we say, ooh, this wine has very strong tannins. Okay. Yeah.
but tannins are very useful because they give wines complexity and they give them the ability to age. So tannins present in wines are not a bad thing. So when we taste those tannins in the wine, and they make our mouth pucker up, because what happens is that you feel them on your teeth and on your gums, so it dries out your mouth. Okay, and when you feel them, you realize you describe them as young or green or sharp, or well, as we say, bitter, but we're not using that word. Or they are mature, or they're fine, or they're silky, or they're smooth, or they're elegant. These are the words that we need to understand to describe our tannins. Okay, so tannins are what we find in the red wines, and that's what will kind of shape how a red wine feels in our mouth. So it's a mouth feel. Sometimes some things in your mouth salty, or them sweet, or them creamy.
Listen, I can't.
Or whatever, but just understand the tannin language.
This is a family show.
That's a whole other
Listen, remember, we didn't give wine lady Deborah her pep talk before coming on.
Deborah has been on the show twice before.
Nothing with capacity. Nothing with capacity, and this is the problem.
And if you verb it, there's a whole vocabulary to describe that. And if you noun it, I have a whole other set of descriptives for that.
So, Deb, I have two questions, right? One, what is an entry level wine? And then two, jerk is our national seasoning, right? It's what we're known for in Jamaica. But when people think about jerk chicken or even pan chicken, they think that it doesn't complement wine.
Yes. That's
so
a myth. Okay.
Right.
That is a huge myth. All right. So jerk is very bold, spicy flavor, as in heat spice. And so what one wants to do is to kind of tame that spice. So you want to have a wine that has a little hint of sweetness, such as a Riesling or a Moscato. But one of the most beautiful things that you can have with your spicy food is a sparkling wine. So a Prosecco, and if you want to step your game up, you want to have champagne.
You just call Rochelle name?
Pardon?
You just call Rochelle name?
Yeah. Prosecco is absolutely beautiful with spicy food. And what happens there is that the bubbles just massage your tongue and make the spice just kind of dull the spice, and it just is beautiful. Yeah. A rosé is also perfect as well, because a rosé is a little bit more heavy than your average white wine or your regular Prosecco, because your rosé has had some contact with the red wine skins, so it gives it a little bit more weight and a little bit more flavor. And so that presence of those kind of fruity notes and the acidity and those bubbles just make your palate relax and enjoy the spiciness of your jerk.
So for people that have never had wine before, that want to try and start drinking wine now, what would be the recommended entry level wine?
Ooh, so entry level, that's what you had asked me about. Okay, so entry level can be perceived in one of two ways. It can be cheap, which is a price standard.
Yeah.
And I don't really recommend that you start there, because to be honest with you, the experience is really not usually going to be as good as it could be. Now,
Carrie.
that's a whole nother episode.
Carrie, you're not ready. You're not ready.
Maybe we need to consider having an emerge after dark for real.
But the thing is that oh my god, I lost my train of thought, because now I went to a whole
entry level wine.
Entry level wine, Deborah. We started talking about the price point.
The price point, right? So the thing with really low priced wines is that they don't usually deliver on a pleasing palate. Okay. You can usually get away with a cheap white wine. Make sure it's cold, because that will hide all the secrets. But when you get a cheap red and you don't have it at the right temperature, oh my God, you will never drink wine again.
Yeah.
So for me, entry level, you want to go somewhere around the $1,200 to $1,500 mark per bottle, because at that level you're getting something that is palatable. All right. Now, and because you can only spend $1,200 to $1,500 doesn't mean that you can't have a good experience. But the temperature that you have your wine at is critical. All right. So when you're having your sparkling wines or your white wine or your rosé, you really want to have them cold. Our humidity makes our wines warm up. So when you're pouring your wine in your glass, you want to make sure that you only pour like 2 to 3 ounces at a time, so that you're keeping that wine cold as you consume it, and then you pour another couple of ounces. So if you go to a restaurant and you buy the glass of wine, ask them to give you another glass so that you can separate and pour half in one glass and send them back with the other glass and make them bring it back to you. Yes, guys, we need to ask them to do these things because we need to enjoy our wine so that we can buy more. And
I don't think I've ever seen Deborah drink a glass of wine with 2 to 3 ounces.
Pardon?
I don't think I've ever seen you drink a glass of wine with 2 to 3 ounces.
That's because the other 2 to 3 glasses ounces are always just lurking there. They're just like right there. But you know what, Kathy? I don't believe in getting 5 ounces poured at any one time, no matter what kind of wine I'm drinking. If it's sparkling, if it's white, or if it's red, if it's a rosé. If I get 5 ounces of wine in my glass, I'm not going to be able to enjoy it at the temperature that it should be enjoyed.
Yeah.
I'm talking a bit fast, guys. It's because I know it's kind of late and I want to get this information in because it's really important. Many of us have had bad experiences with our wine drinking because we're not getting them served at the right temperature and we're not getting them served properly. And we need to step that game up and demand proper service. Like, you know how it go when you get proper service.
That's right. Deb, I have a question, right? So I've noticed that, over the last couple of years, we've seen a lot more of the wine bottles without the cork, and it's more of a screw off kind of cap, which I kind of appreciate because sometimes the struggle is real with the wine opener, right? But is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
So the jury is really still out. What I will say is that there is a sort of elegance and sexiness and, a professionalism about the opening of a bottle with a cork and the presentation of the cork.
Yes.
But there have been hundreds of years of study of cork, of wine that has been put down on the cork. The screw cap was invented because the wine industry, when they were making like 9 or 10 billion bottles of wine per year, which was quite a number of years ago, they were losing about 3 or 4% to a disease that the cork would carry. Now, the corks are made from cork that is from a tree bark. So there are orchards of cork trees that are harvested, and those cork trees, the barks are used to make these corks. And so a percentage of that would always have this kind of fungus on the label. And no matter how they treat, on the cork, no matter how they treated the cork to make the corks for the bottles, they could never 100% eliminate it. Now, 3, 4, 5% of 9, 10 billion is a whole heap. And the industry wanted to find a more cost-effective way of preserving the wines. And so there was a time when they would make these 100% synthetic corks, or it would be 50% synthetic and 50% real cork. And then they came up with screw cap. Now, the jury is out because the research doesn't have the history of cork. But what I will say is that wines that have been stored on the screw cap have been showing extremely well. We have like 20 plus years of history. And what they're getting is that there is this sort of freshness and youthfulness that the wine is able to maintain over a longer period of time. Because with the screw cap, there is no air contact that gets into the bottle. With cork, because it is porous, it's very little, but it does allow for some, amount of air to get into the bottle and it interacts with the wine. And so screw cap is actually showing that it will preserve the wines for a much longer period of time than perhaps cork will. So what we found is that there is a resistance in the industry at certain levels to go under screw cap because it's just not as, I guess, sophisticated and elegant and
refined
as it is under cork.
Okay, so Debs, my last question for you is, what are your top picks for this Christmas season?
Oh my God, that's so hard because there's so much wine and so little time. And now I'm a married woman.
I love that.
Married woman, I can only sip around. I can't, So I have to exercise my, my inner self through tasting.
Trained the self-control.
And so I have been having real good fun with Petit Verdot, Tanat, and Petit Syrah. I am a Cabernet Sauvignon girl, like straight up.
Yeah.
I want it big, bold, and over the top. I mean that. Okay. Yes. Want it when I swallow it, my nose it dead. Like I feel it from the tip of my tongue to my belly button. So that's a Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay. But so we thankfully I work with Select Brands and we have this wonderful wine club, and we bring in these amazing wines and we experiment, because for the wine club you've got to bring in things that people can try.
Yes.
And, different varietals. It's an advent. It's a oh my God, what's the word? Experiment, adventure. It's a club that you try new things.
Yes.
And so we have so Tanat, Petit Verdot, Petit Syrah, and there is this beautiful red grape varietal out of Portugal called Touriga Nacional, and those are what I'm really having a lot of fun with. So these are big, bold red wines. They're like boom, boom.
Love it. Deborah, tell us where our audience can, because I know all Lansdale said Deborah is honestly a fave. I love it. Where can everyone find you?
Okay, so you can find me at Select Brands JA. You can find me at Wine Lady Deborah, and telephone number 758-3777, and my cell number, guys, 582-7272. If you want any advice about wines, where to get it, what to try, what to pair, you can call or WhatsApp me. I'm only a message away.
I love that comment.
Upload your 12 wines of Christmas and a partridge in a pear tree.
So I think, guys, honestly, I think we're going to have to do an Emerge newsletter with all of these things that we can send out to everybody with Decorate, Face Paste, Moy Hall. I'm forgetting somebody.
Oh, wine. There's so many, Naomi.
And wine. You're forgetting Deborah.
No, it's me.
Decorate, Face Paste, Moy Hall, and Wine Lady Deborah.
I want you
guys,
to understand that no matter what age you are, no matter what taste you have, no matter what time of day it is,
18 and over is what she really means to say. Any age over 18.
Any age over 18, of course, we always promote drinking responsibly. I, Deborah Annette Taylor Smith, also Lady Deborah, can find a wine for your taste, for your budget.
I love that. Guys,
Deborah has a giveaway for us. Deborah has a giveaway for us tonight.
Woo!
I do.
Yes. So Deb, you want to ask a question for the giveaway?
Oh my God, yes. Why didn't I think of a question to ask?
Well, we could say, what are one of those 4 wines that Deborah listed
I was just
that
gonna
she
say, what are my
recommended?
top? Give me 2 of the top grape varieties that I said, and
Oh.
you win yourself something. A beautiful
Say
bottle.
the question again, Deborah.
Name 2 of the grape varieties that I said I absolutely love.
I know one.
2 I want 2. 2
Petit
provides
Verdot.
one is like
So-
2 together.
2.
Julian say, hey.
And guys, we won't disqualify you for spelling errors for this one, because I honestly don't know how to spell them.
You ever see what me
Yeah.
right?
So Jillian is our winner, and we know that Jillian will be able to appreciate that bottle of wine that she's winning. So you know you have to come good. So Jillian won a bottle of wine. I wonder if we should go to Ribcage and do some pairings with that bottle of wine.
We should, but I think what we need to know is we need to also ask the question for the ribcage winner.
Yes.
We're at the end of the show too. Look at that.
So why don't we have the 2 winners at Ribcage and we do a pairing and a picture? I think that would be awesome.
Oh, that would be great. Except that Jillian is the winner.
But Jillian's the winner though. But that's fine. It still works.
Yes, and we know she'll be there.
I will know she'll be there.
I think that's fantastic. I love it. We will set the date and keep you guys posted.
So the giveaway for our dinner at Ribcage, or for our gift certificate for Ribcage for $5,000. The question is: name a phrase or a line that each of the Emerge trio states in the weekly introductions.
So this is clearly for our Emergers. Well, first of all, Deborah, thank you so much for being on the show and for being so patient with us. This is definitely our longest show to date. It's 10:30 almost.
But these are a few of our favorite things.
What you said, then?
Lancelot get a prize.
Lansdale?
Lansdale?
He did.
We decided we're giving him
prize
one
already.
Okay.
But I'm sure he's open to other prizes.
No, he's
Lansdale just won another prize. He answered the question, and I am a part of the Emerge trio.
Exactly.
It's true.
It's Lansdale. I have a prize for Lansdale. What do you drink, Lansdale?
Ooh.
What's your drink?
So him getting dinner and a drink and to meet wine lady Deborah and all the things.
Yes. No, he's diligent. Every week Lansdale is right here with us. I see my feeling. He deserves it. Absolutely.
Yes, agreed. So Lansdale, message us and tell us what kind of wine you like.
Yes, he drinks anything
Red.
red.
Anything red. Okay.
Vodka, brandy.
He says he drinks anything red.
Perfect. You're on, Lansdale. Thank you.
Oh, this is nice. I'm excited. You know what, guys? I feel like we need to just make it an Emerge dinner with those 2 winners.
I agree.
At Ribcage.
Yes.
Agreed.
Of course.
So we'll set a date.
Dinner by Wine Lady Deborah.
Okay, we're gonna work it out. Because I know Jilly and Gary are watching. So we will get together after this and make it our little
Christmas gathering.
Individually, I just want to say that you all know each of you. I know each of you personally, and I absolutely love each of you. And when the 3 of you get together, it's like, boy, I don't even know, because Rushy is a whole hurricane.
She's a whole show by herself.
Naomi's a whole hurricane on her own. And Kathy, so guys, thank you so much for having me. Each time has been very special, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And thank you for enriching the lives of so many of us in so many different ways.
Thank you, Deb. We love you so much too.
Thank you.
Mwah. Guys,
we
have one more giveaway.
We have the Face Place giveaway.
Yes.
So before we wrap, we have one more giveaway. So let me see. What can we ask? Have we asked all our questions?
Have we asked all our questions? Why don't we ask this question? Did we say what date the new season would start? Did we actually say what date?
Yes.
But I don't know how many people were on at that time, but we could try and see if anybody caught that.
What date did we say is
Season 3 will
The
start
beginning of the new season. Season 3 starts on
on.
what date? And what are they?
Look at you!
But Gabby can't get that prize because she's not here.
So Jamelia, get the prize done.
Yes, Jamie, you get it. Yay, Jamie.
Nice.
But she's not here. How's she going to claim it?
No,
We'll
first of
give
all,
Gabby something else.
Catherine, not because you're her sister.
You give her something else.
Gabby, don't worry, girl. We got you.
we got you, girl.
So Jamelia, you are the winner of our Face Place facial. Congratulations. Gabby, we will give you another prize. We'll get back to you on what
Gabby,
that prize is.
Rochelle and I got you, okay? Don't worry about it.
Because you are our
Your
sister.
sisters got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you,
You know,
guys.
it's
Go ahead,
I'm
Rosie.
you know, coming to the end of the season, because you know this is our crew, you know, like every Wednesday at 8 o'clock we and the crew get together. We've been doing this since March, and I mean I look forward to it. No matter how tired we are, we can ditch it because we get to hang out with our friends. So we really want to thank all of you that join us every week. For all the people that this is the first time you're joining us, please go back and watch the episode. Them nice. And our faithful, we have Lansdale, Alicia, Tracy,
Gabby,
Jayan, Casita. Hi, Casita. we know.
Kamoy.
Kamoy. Hi, Kamoy. We get the opportunity to join you, Auntie Dorothy Lynn.
Yes, Auntie Doris here.
Our sister Gabrielle, who is always on with us, Kerry. And Kerry has been, and you know, Kerry's like our technical advisor. Because Kerry
And hello, Jillian.
Yeah, I mentioned Jillian or Jillian. And we have Charlene from New York City.
Yeah, I'm Terry from Florida.
Yes, it's just been we love what we do, and we love what we do because we get to share this time with you. And you know, as we close this season, we look forward to joining you again. We really hunker down so that we can come back to really make this time impactful for you. And this is a community, as Lansdale said, this is a community. This is a community. So we welcome you to the Emerge community. And as you go through this season, remember that this is a time of togetherness. This is a time of family. This is a time where we just remember that we have this one life to live. Let's just love each other. Let's share and let's give of ourselves. There are lots of people that have really been in isolation for a while because of COVID. Take up the phone, give them a call. Sometimes the best Christmas gift you can give is a call. Handwritten notes to just tell people how much you love them. People, just let's share. Let's really use this time for what it is. It's the birth of Christ, and he came so that we could just love each other, just love each other. So let's just use this time wisely, and oh gosh, we can't wait for come back.
Yes. So January 5th, we will be back.
And not only, guys, don't forget our workshop. So we are going to be sending out details about that. So follow us on Instagram at Ready to Emerge. And also, guys, for the first time, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this episode, watch all the episodes from season 1 and season 2. Guys, for all the winners, please drop your email address in the chat or email us at readytoemerge@gmail.com.
readytoemergenow@gmail.com.
So that we can get in touch with you about your prizes. I think that's a wrap, guys.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful season. And we look forward to seeing you on January 5th.
Yeah.
We miss you already.